Hello everybody, today I want to introduce you to WizWrite. WizWrite is a productivity tool that lets you simply speak into your microphone and create awesome content. You can use AI actions on top of your voice to transform it into content that is ready to use, whether that be through emails and communication, for marketing efforts, for sales, and so much more. WizWrite is a tool that you can share amongst your team. You can then toggle which AI actions you want to give to each person, and they can benefit from the power of AI. This video is going to be a comprehensive overview of everything that is possible within WizWrite. What I'll be doing is I'll be timestamping this video, so if there is a specific section that you want to find out more information on, simply click the timestamp to go to that specific section. I'll also be releasing this video into different chunks, so every single section will be its own individual video. It's going to be long, it's going to be fun. Strap in and get ready. This is a tour of WizWrite. The first part of our video is going to be looking at the dashboard and the side menu. The WizWrite dashboard is extremely simple and easy to use. When you first sign up for an account and log into the dashboard, you will see a product intro walkthrough pop up. You can simply click through or click the next button to understand certain things about the product. Once you have clicked through all of these, you will be able to then get rid of this pop-up. If you want to see any of this information later, you can simply click the burger menu in the top right, go to Getting Started, and it will appear again for you. There are three main icons on the dashboard of WizWrite. There is the record icon, which looks like a speaker. There is the heart icon, which is where all of your favorite items will appear. And there is the folder icon, which will show your latest recordings and your latest sessions. From below here, you will be able to see that you can set up automatic AI actions. Once you click on here, you'll be able to see any favorites that you have. You can search for specific ones in the top here. You can click the all button to show all of your default AI actions and any custom AI actions that you have created. If I want to see more of the default actions, I can simply click through here like this, and it will load them up for me. If there's a AI action that I find myself using a lot of times, what I can do is I can hit the favorite button and this will then appear here. So it's easy, it's quick to use, and I can simply set it up every time that I want to do it. So if I was to click one of these, it would automatically then run the AI action after I have done a transcription. I'll be going into that in a later video, but I just wanted to show you this pop-up for now. I can also select folders for my AI actions. So because I haven't got any folders set up, it's going to show me this at the moment. But if I did have a folder and I know that I'm going to be doing a bit of content on, say, task management or similar, I can create a folder for task management, and then all of my transcriptions and all of the AI actions that run for that specific purpose will be neatly organized in that specific folder. So now we get down to the icons where a lot of the magic happens. On the left side, we have a language icon. The default language that we have is English, but you can see when I click here, we have a large variety of different languages. We can choose German, we can choose French, we can choose Finnish, we can choose Korean or Japanese or Chinese or Nepali, etc., etc. And one of the things that is really cool on this is if you have a language that isn't in English, but you want the transcript to be in English, you can simply toggle the setting and that will do it for you. Because I speak primarily in English, I'm going to set that back to English for me right now. The next thing we can do is we have an icon which is a write icon. If you don't want to speak into your microphone, you can simply write your instruction here and this will act as a transcript. So if you just want to write something and then run or perform AI actions on what you have written, you can do so by simply filling this in and hitting save. The next icon along is our record icon. This is where you can talk to your microphone and trigger the process of creating a transcript from your voice and also run those auto AI actions in the sequence. The next icon is our audio uploader. So if you want to analyze an image and then run AI actions on that analysis, you can do so in WizWrite. So it's not just transcription of your voice, but you can also, do the raw text that you've written, or you can upload an image and have the analysis to then perform AI actions on top of. Alternatively, if you have your audio file that you have recorded, say you've recorded it on the go, and then you want to upload it to WizWrite later to then trigger the process of getting the transcript and then running the actions, that is entirely possible. The final icon that we have is instantly send transcripts. So this is an instant trigger on the transcripts. If you're somebody who loves automation and you want every single transcript to go to a specific webhook, then you can set this up here. So you can put the webhook URL in and you can toggle it on or off. So if it is on, then every time that you transcript something, it will send that to your webhook. So that's pretty cool. We'll be getting into automations and all of the fun stuff that you can do with instant triggers, webhooks, and Zapier later on in this video. So wait and see for that. The other thing that I want to show you is the side menu. So the side menu is where you can see certain things for your account. So if I click the profile, you'll see that I'll be able to look at my email address, my plan. You'll see that I'm on team plan. It's really interesting when you invite other people to your team on WizWrite because you can share individual AI actions with them, which is really cool if you're working in a larger organization and you want to share certain AI actions just for the sales team, certain AI actions just for the marketing team, etc., etc. It's really, really fun. And then you have your API key, which you can use for connecting with Zapier, etc. Below the profile, we have another way where you can set your language settings. So we have this set as English now. We then have a specific section where all of your recordings are. So if you have been saving recordings through your voice and then doing the transcriptions, all of your recordings will be visible here. We store the recordings in your account, only you can access them. But once something has already created, if you are privacy conscious and you don't want a record of the original recording anywhere, then you can delete that and that completely wipes it from the server. So it's up to you whether you like to have the recording that you can listen back to if you want, or you can delete entirely. And this is an easy way to see that. The next section is we have transcripts, which will show all of your transcriptions. So it will show every single transcription that you've done, and you'll be able to look through them. You'll be able to click on each one to go into that specific session to run AI actions, etc., etc. We then have the manage team, where you can invite new users and delete new users. You can sort of manage your team entirely from here. We'll go into that in a later video. Then we have the webhook section where we can add webhooks. We can trigger these manually. What I really like about the webhook section is we've really thought about the way that people use automation. And sometimes just sending a webhook isn't really enough. And sometimes you want more information. So as part of webhook section, we give you the ability to send up to 3 extra fields. And then every time that you manually trigger this, you can put in whatever you want in these 3 fields, which really sort of enhances what is possible if you're sending this to Zapier, you're sending it to Make, you're sending it wherever. With those 3 extra fields, as well as the output text, you can do some really awesome, fun stuff. And we'll get into that in a bit later. Below webhooks, again, we have the getting started, which we went over earlier. We then have the documentation, which will take you through to our knowledge base. We then have a contact us form where you can send us an email if you would like. And finally, you can log out. So that's everything that is possible within the WizWrite dashboard. It's a single page, super easy, super sort of intuitive to use. that is the overview, and the next part of the video, we're going to go and look at the default AI actions that are available within WizWrite. Thank you. In this section of the video, I want to go over the default AI actions. You're probably wondering, what is an AI action? Well, an AI action is a prompt, essentially. It is a set of instructions that are predefined to run on the transcript that you set up within your WizWrite account. So every time that you do a transcript, you can either set some AI actions to automatically trigger, or from the session view, you can then run AI actions afterwards. So this is pretty cool. It's pretty exciting to use. And with WizWrite as it is, we give you access to 50 default AI actions. We try to make them useful for you to use. So to have a look at the AI actions, we can click the auto AI actions in the top here, and then we can go across to the default ones. You'll see that we have 5 showing here. So we have love letter, TikTok script, Reddit post, create an X thread, surfer bro, and we have more as we click through. So movie script, LinkedIn post, to-do list, sales pitch, presentation. What we thought about with these AI actions is we wanted to give you a selection, a handful of default AI actions that you can use for both business and also just generally within your life. We thought it would be interesting to give a wide selection of default AI actions that anyone can use to help them be more productive. And from these AI actions, we believe that there is enough value there for people to transform their transcripts that they create, either through their voice, through text, or through uploading an image or different audio, to then be confident in taking the next step of creating their own custom AI actions. Because AI really comes alive when you tailor it specifically to your business. And whilst these default AI actions that we have and that we're showing in this video are very useful for a lot of different purposes, when you have an AI that truly understands what you're doing and what your business is, it can really level up everything to a whole new level. So this is an overview of the default AI actions. We just wanted to make a quick video where we showed all of them, and the next part is going to be looking at the custom AI actions. And I think this is where a lot of value can be added to you when you're using AI. And I think it's a really essential part of the process to understand when you create these very specific tailored instructions towards your business. So to set up your own custom AI actions in WizWrite, it's very, very simple. I can click the auto AI actions at the top here. I can come in to custom, and I can click the button that says add custom AI action. Here I can give a title, and I can actually provide the instruction that I want. Now, when you are generally dealing with AI and when you're dealing with AI tools, you're dealing with a very generic AI. It doesn't know anything about your business. It doesn't know anything about you. It doesn't really know what's going on. So it can hallucinate. It can make things up. It can not be as specific as you want it to be. So if I want to create something which is ultra specific for my business, I can do so, and I can create an AI action specifically that's going to know me and it's going to know my business. So let's get into it. Let's do an assistant to me to create some humorous sentences regarding WizWrite and what we're all doing right now. So you are an assistant to Stuart Lansdale, who is the founder of WizWrite. You help him to write some humorous sentences and social media posts to help get the word out about the product. WizWrite is an awesome productivity tool that helps you to transform your voice into awesome content by transcribing your thoughts and then running customized AI actions on them to create something truly Remarkable. So there's a couple of things to note about this instruction here, and I think it's important to go over this. What have I done? I've said it's an assistant, so I've told it what it is. I've told it what I want it to do. I've given it some key information. I've given it my name. I've given it the company name. So one of the things that happens when you are generally recording your voice and the AI is transcribing stuff, it can make mistakes. It might not pick up everything specifically, especially if you're using a brand name or something that isn't super obvious. So I think if I was to say something like WizWrite, it probably wouldn't spell it or have it as I would want it to be. But because I have provided this in the AI action, it will know to give me the output that I want when I run the AI action on it. I've then given it information about the product. It would not have this information. It would not have a clue about the way that WizWrite works or the way that it interacts. So by doing it and by giving it this information, it's going to have more of a chance of providing me with a solid output based on this. So the last thing for me to do is to give it a title. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find an emoji and I'm just going to say funny WizWrite posts. And once I've done all this, I can hit save and then it's going to appear under my custom AI actions. If I want to edit it, I can do so. If I want to share it with anyone on my team, I can also do so. If I want to get the ID of this specific AI action, I can do so. This is useful for automations and Zapier, which we're going to go into a little bit later. If I want to set up an instant trigger so that every time that this custom action is run, it's going to trigger something, then I can do that. And if I want to save this as a favorite in my account, I can hit this final one and you'll see that it appears here. So now we've created a custom AI action. Let's get into the way that WizWrite actually works and let's do an actual voice recording to then transform the content with this custom AI action. Next part coming up. Recording your voice with WizWrite is what it's all about, and taking the custom AI action that we just built, I'm going to show you two methods that you can go about. One, doing the transcription within WizWrite, and two, how to get the AI output. So let's first do the recording without any auto AI actions running at all. So all I need to do is I need to click this record button and then I need to talk what I want to talk. So let's do that right now. I was using WizWrite last night to create a lot of tasks for my team. It was great to be able to send the AI outputs directly to my task management software using the webhook integration function. So you'll see I recorded and now it's going to do the transcription for me. I can see that I have the audio file here. If I want to delete that, I can simply click the X. If I want to listen to the file, I can hit the play button or I can download it to my computer. We then have the transcription and you'll see what I mentioned on a previous video with the AI not necessarily knowing the name of the business specifically. It can trip up sometimes on brands that it doesn't know. There is a simple way to fix this though, and I'll show you that in just a second. So we have our transcript here, and then we have a bunch of icons on the right side here. The first is the pin icon. If you have another bit of content that you want to act as a transcript later down the road, so you can sort of daisy chain AI actions, you can do so by just pinning a different piece of content. We have an edit button, which is great because what I want to do is I want to edit this now. So what I can do is I can just come in, I can fix that up, I can hit save, and bam, it's been edited, it's been fixed. I can save this to my favorites if I like it, so I can hit the heart button to do that. If I want to copy the text output, I can do so by clicking the button. If I want to rerun an AI action, I can click the next button. If I want to copy the transcript ID, I can click that button, and that's useful for Zapier and other automations. And if I want to fire this off with a webhook, I can hit this button and it's going to do that. So now we have our transcript. If we want to run an AI action, we can do so by clicking the AI actions in the top here. From here, I can see all of my AI actions that I have, or I can filter to the ones that I want to use. For this example, I'm just going to use the funny WizWrite posts. And once I have selected that, I can hit run AI action. You'll notice that we have this processing thing at the top here, and you see that we have our output. We have absolutely straight. Here's a playful social media post to get some buzz going. Ever had a brilliant idea at 2 a.m. but your typing fingers are too sleepy to keep up? Last night I leaned on WizWrite, blah, 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 blah. Looks good to me. Perfect. I could totally use that. So then I could edit that if I wanted to, or I could send it directly where I need it to. Say I had somebody taking care of my social media. I could send it to a Slack channel. I could send it to a Discord channel. I could send it to Notion. I could send it anywhere, and they would be able to use that. If I thought that I could get a better output and I wasn't happy with that, then I could rerun it by clicking this button over here. And it's going to run that again. And we're just going to get the output in a second. So you see that we have a second version here. And one of the other things that I think is important to go over with WizWrite is that you're not constrained to just running one AI action at a time. So say you need multiple for the same transcript. What I can do is I can come in and say, okay, I want this one, the funny WizWrite posts. I want to use the surfer bro. I want to create an X thread. I want to create a Reddit post. So we have 4 now queued up. And if I click run AI actions, what it's going to do is it's going to run one after the other. So you'll see one come up, the funny WizWrite post, the surfer bro, into the X thread, into the Reddit post. And I have a bunch of different content that I can use. And it was really that simple to do. Super easy, super awesome. And that is one way to do it. So this example, we've shown you using transcribe without any AI actions automatically set up. We've then gone in, we've edited the transcript, and then we've gone in and ran the AI actions in the session view, which is the session view here. And what I want to show you now is if we have AI actions automatically set up. So instead of taking this multi-step approach, we can set this all up in a single way. So let's get into that now. We're going to click the speaker icon to go back to this page. And if I want to then set up the AI actions that I want to use, I can do so. So I'm going to click this one, do the Reddit post, I'm going to do the X thread, and I'm going to do the surfer bro. I'm going to hit save on that. You'll see that it then shows me these on this page because these are queued up to run. And the only thing left for me to do is to do the recording again. So let's do that now. It was really great to use WizWrite last night. I had a ton of tasks to set up for the team for the next week, and I simply spoke my thoughts into WizWrite. It gave me comprehensive tasks out, which I then triggered a webhook for to send to my assistant. And I woke up in the morning and all the tasks were there, all of the due dates were there, everything was done, everything was perfect. Awesome, awesome. So I recorded, I've done the transcription. The transcription is going to appear. You'll see that appears here. You'll see that we now have processing at the top, and without actually going in and clicking the AI actions and queuing them up, you'll see that they are all coming. So we have the funny WizWrite post, we have the Reddit post, we have the X thread, and we have the surfer bro output. So this is really quite cool, and it can be a way to save time. Now, if there are moments when you are creating content and you know that the AI possibly won't know the name of a brand, then by doing the recording first and the AI actions after, so you can ensure that you fixed up the transcript, it can be quite a valuable thing to do. But if there's something where it shouldn't be tripped up at all, then running the transcript and the AI actions in an automatic fashion can be beneficial for your content generation needs. So I hope this has been helpful in learning about how you can simply record your voice and turn it into actionable insights by using WizWrite. And it's super fast, super easy to use. The next thing we're going to look at is uploading an audio file into the system. For the next part of this video, I want to go over uploading an audio file. So to upload an audio file, we need to click this upload icon here. Here we can toggle between image and audio. And if we choose audio, we can simply click on this icon here, this pad, and it's going to bring up Uploader. We can then select the file and it will give you a preview of that file. Now I've added the file. You can see that it's 19 seconds long. It's an audio file that I've already used within this video, where I was just saying that I used WizWrite to create tasks the other evening and then use the integration to send them where I needed to send them. So if I want to, I can listen to this to make sure that it's correct. Alternatively, I can hit the transcribe file button. Once I hit the transcribe file button, what's going to happen? It's going to upload that file. It's going to send it to the AI for transcription, and then it's going to return that transcript to us. So perfect. It's given me that output. Remember, if I want to fix up the output for any sort of brand names that the AI is not familiar with, I can do so by simply going in, editing, and hitting save. And then if I want to run an AI action on this transcript, I can do so by hitting run AI actions, choosing the one that I want, and it runs. See, very simple to go from audio to a transcript to then content that I can actually use. It was super simple process, and we can even do that all in one if we just set up an auto AI action on the first screen. So let's do that now. You'll see that I still have it set to the demo folder. So the output will go to this folder. If I set up some custom AI actions, we'll go for the funny WizWrite post and the surfer bro. We can do that. So what's going to happen is now when I upload a file, it's going to send it to this demo folder. It's going to transcribe it, and it's going to run the funny WizWrite posts, and it's going to run the surfer bro on that transcript automatically. So one button click, nothing else happens. It's going to do all those actions for me. How lucky am I? So we come in, we can click audio again and find the file that we want to use. Once we've added that file, we can see the length of it, we can preview it, we can play it if we want, and we can then hit transcribe file. Again, the process is going to go, it's going to upload the file. It's then going to send it to the AI. The AI is going to give us a transcription of the file. We are then going to run the AI actions on that. And you'll see that we have our funny WizWrite posts, we have our surfer bro, we have our transcript, and we have our audio file. And if we click the session icon in the top, we can see that that last one has been sent to the demo folder. And that's perfect to me. If I want to see all of the things within this demo folder, I can see that I have now got 3 items within it, which is pretty cool. So that's how you can upload a audio file and then run AI actions on it. So a few caveats for this just at the end of the video. We sometimes get people asking us, what is the length of the file that I can put in? Can I put a full meeting in? Can I put an hour long, hour and a half long video in? And the answer is WizWrite isn't the tool for you if that is the way that you want to use it. We are not purely a transcription tool. We are a tool that takes your transcript and transforms it into other AI content. This is generally voice notes of seconds to minutes long, and then taking those and transforming them into what you need them to be. WizWrite is not a tool for putting in large audio files, transcribing them, because then you're going to have a wall of text which is incredibly long, and it's going to be too long to run the AI actions on, and that isn't a good experience for anyone. So we have very much positioned and marketed product to be for voice notes and transforming short voice or other transcripts which are long and involving sort of multiple people and conversations and meetings and that sort of thing. If that is the type of tool that you're after, I'm sure there are other tools on the market, but just keep that in mind that when you are uploading audio on WizWrite, we generally think less than 10 minutes is best. If it's longer than that, then it's not really a good fit for what we are doing, and it's just good nature for me to be transparent on that. So I thought I'd make that clear. In the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to show just adding raw text and how you can use this function to then create some awesome content with AI. Let's get into that in a moment. I thought it would be helpful to go over folder management within WizWrite, because using folders is a really great way to just sort of keep you structured, keep you organized, keep everything where it needs to be. You can create a folder in two ways. You can be on the page, hit select folder, and if you don't have one, then simply clicking the create folder will bring up this section. Alternatively, if you are in the session view, you can click on the icon at the top if you don't have any. So what I'm going to say is I'm just going to say demo folder, and we'll just give this a nice, let's go for the fire, why not? And we've created our folder. So if we now want to put any of our sessions within this folder, I can simply hit this plus icon here and I can move it to the folder, and you'll see on the session it will now say demo folder, and you'll see demo folder has one item in it. Now you can move specific sessions to a folder after they have been created, but if you want to automatically have content go to a specific folder, then what I can do is I can click demo folder here, and you'll see that this is now preset. So now that I've preset this, if I do a recording, if I write some text, if I upload audio, or if I upload an image, whatever the output is, it's going to appear in this demo folder. So it's another way to automate and save yourself time. So if you really want to, you can set up auto AI actions to run. You can set up the specific folder that you want it to be in, and then you can do your recording and everything will run smoothly at that time. Alternatively, if you're somebody who likes to add folders to add sessions to folders after you have recorded them, then you can do so by simply clicking the icons on the right side here. It's really that simple. That's just a quick overview on how you can use folders efficiently within WizWrite. Thank you. Next part of this video, I want to go over the feature of writing text and using that written text as a transcript within WizWrite. The tool was primarily created to use your voice, but there can be moments where text is a better fit. And if you are talking about a brand, which the AI won't know, then sometimes writing it, you can write it exactly how it's supposed to be, and the AI will have a better understanding of then reproducing it through the outputs that it creates. So let's get into it. To write raw text, what I need to do is I need to click this button here, and then I can write in some text. I wrote something in earlier just for the sake of showing this. So we have, it was early 2020 and I knew the AI hype was coming. I took all of my money and put it into Nvidia stock. Everyone called me a fool, but I saw something that nobody else did. It has run up significantly since, and I'm now sitting on a lot of cash. It's been a difficult path to keep the faith, but I am glad that I did. So there are two things that we can do with this. We can just have this raw setup with no auto AI actions. If I do that and I hit save, what you will see is we have this transcript and it's showing the transcript. And then if I want to run AI actions on top of it, and I think this would be great for a Reddit thread or an X thread, then we can queue these up and it will create the X thread and the Reddit thread based on this transcript. Alternatively, we can set this up an easier way. So you can see here we have the Reddit post, which is quite fun, and we have the X thread, which is again quite fun. So if I wanted to set that up automatically, we can go through the same process again. I'm going to paste that same text in, and I just need to set up those AI actions. So we have the Reddit post, we have the X thread, we're going to hit save on that. We're going to come back in, make sure that everything is correct, and then we're going to hit save. So now we have the similar sort of process. We have the transcript already created. We then have it sent doing the AI actions. So we have the Reddit post come and we have the X thread come. And it's super simple. So if you're having an off day, you don't want to speak, you don't want to talk to anyone, hey, it happens to us all, and you just want to write out some thoughts in not the best grammar, then you can do so, and then you can run the AI actions to transform that content into something that is usable. So I hope that this section has been helpful to show you how you can use this little icon to help save you a lot of time when you just want to clear up your thoughts and get some usable content. In the next section, we'll be going over images, and images are quite fun, so stay tuned for that. We've shown you how you can record your voice, transcribe it, and turn it into content with artificial intelligence. We've shown you how you can upload an audio file, and we've shown how you can just write text and have it transformed with AI using WizWrite. What we haven't shown you is how you can use WizWrite to take an image and then run AI actions on top of that image. To do that, what we need to do is we need to click the icon here, which is our upload icon. And when we click this, you will see that we have this box. We can choose between image and audio, and we can click in the box to add our image. So let's do that now. I have added this image of Bukayo Saka, who is a football or soccer player for England. The European Championships are on at the moment, and he scored a great goal against Switzerland, and I believe this is the celebration from that goal. So we have this set up. We are going to send this image to the AI and see what it's going to tell us about it. So we hit process, and now it is being sent to the AI. The AI is then going to give us an output based on it. So we have a soccer player wearing a white jersey with the number 7, and England's crest is celebrating on the field with arms outstretched. He is on a grassy field wearing blue shorts and white socks, and his cleats are white with a hint of yellow. So that's pretty cool. Pretty accurate knowledge of this soccer player, as I like to call him. And if we want to then run a Reddit post, and let's just set up the Surfer Bro for the sake of it, and we can run those AI actions on this image. So we've gone from an image to then an analysis of the image to then having a Reddit post or the Surfer Bro set up. So talking like a surfer or something that we can put on Reddit. It's quite a lot of fun, and we have our image saved here. So if we wanted to do all of that in one action, then we can do it just like the others. So we can set up our auto AI actions, Reddit post, Surfer Bro. We're going to hit save on this. You see that they are here ready to go. We're then going to hit the image uploader again, and we are just going to hit the analyze image. This is then sending it to the AI, and we have our image file, we have our transcript, we have our Reddit post, and we have our Surfer Bro. So that's just making sure that everything runs in a single click. So now we have all of the content. We can either run more AI actions on it, or we can do more different analysis in the future. So I hope this has been helpful, showing you that you can analyze images as well as record your voice as well as upload audio, or just write raw text content within WizWrite. There are multiple ways that you can use the product to transform different media, different text, different speech, different images into useful content. Thank you. In this section of the video, I want to go over auto-triggering AI actions. So when you create a transcript within WizWrite, you can first create the transcript and then select the AI actions that you want to run. But if you want to do it all in a single process, then it's entirely possible to do that as well. So let's show you exactly how you can do that. I'm going to do this by recording my voice, but you can set up the auto AI actions whether you are writing text, whether you are uploading an audio file, whether you are uploading an image file, or of course, if you are recording yourself, like I'm going to be doing in this example. So we come to the WizWrite dashboard when we are logged in, and you see that we have auto AI actions at the top here. What I can do is I can click in here and I can choose the AI actions that I would like to run automatically when I do a transcription. What I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the TikTok script, I'm going to choose the Reddit post, and I'm going to choose the X thread. And I'm going to create a piece of content about investing in Apple as a stock. I'm not a financial advisor, and how it is a better bet than going for dividend companies, because the growth that Apple gives you is going to be higher than what you can get from dividends usually within the stage that Apple is at. So I can hit save on this, and you'll see that these free AI actions are now showing on this page. This means that they're set up, they're ready to go. If I change my mind and I want to delete one, I can simply hit the X and it would take it off. But because I want to use all three of these, I will keep it as it is. The only thing left for me to do is to click this record button, which will then kick off the process of 1, creating the transcription, and 2, looping through each of these AI actions and giving me the content without me having to click another button. So let me record some spiel about Apple. Let's get into it. I bought some Apple stock 20 years ago, and since then it has been on a wild journey of growth. My friend bought some dividend stocks, and whilst he has been benefiting from consistent income during this time, when we look at total returns, my returns are massively more than what he has got. That is the advantage of growth over dividend when investing. So we've done that. It's now transcribing that. And you see that we have the transcript. It's then going to loop through the TikTok script to then give us our Reddit thread and then our X post. So we have the TikTok script here, we have our Reddit post, and we have our X thread. So if I am big on social media and I like to create these type of posts, then hey, I've just got an X thread, I've got a Reddit post, and I've got a TikTok script all in one action, all in one click of a button. That's pretty cool. So that is how you can set up AI actions to run automatically on your content. It's super powerful. You can do it with whatever way that you're feeding content into WizWrite, be it recording, uploading an image, uploading audio, or writing text. You can trigger these AI actions to run automatically, and it's all about saving time and making sure that everything works as it should. And this is really quite cool. So I hope this has been helpful. I wanted to quickly talk about organizing your content with the favorites tab. So within WizWrite, you'll notice at the top here, we have this heart icon. If I click on this heart icon, there will be specific items of content that I have favorited. This makes them easy to find and easy to use. If I want to favorite a specific icon, I need to click the folder icon, and then I can go into a specific session. I can then click the heart icon on the specific bit of content that I want to favorite, and it has been added to my favorites. From here, if I go to the heart icon, you will see that we have the favorite Reddit post of the soccer player. We have the humorous one about the AI stock investment. And then we have the kind of more clickbaity, which you can really imagine would be a real post, one about the Apple stock. If I want to remove any of these from my favorites, all I have to do is click one of these heart icons and it removes it from my favorites. So that is one place where you can use favorites within WizWrite. The second place is in the AI actions. You can get to the AI actions menu by either clicking auto AI actions on the front page, or if you are in a specific session, you can click the AI actions button here and you will get the same menu. From here, we can toggle between our custom or our default. And if we want to add any of these to our favorites, we can click and it's going to add, and you'll see the heart icon becomes fully red. This means that it is in our favorites and it's easy to find for when we want to use it. So it's super easy to really keep your favorites organized and structured so they're easy to use for both your AI actions and pieces of content that you like within your account. We thought about sort of simplifying things to try and make them as simple as possible, and with this structure of being able to favorite both your best AI actions and your best pieces of content, you can really do that within WizWrite. Thank you. I often get asked if it's possible to sort of daisy chain your outputs. So going from an original transcript to running an AI action on that, to then taking the output of that initial AI action and running another AI action on top of it. Well, the answer is yes. Let's get into it within WizWrite. First of all, we need to click the folder icon at the top to find a session that we want to change the transcript or the piece of content that we send to the AI. Let's go for the Apple growth versus dividend session. And you'll see here we have main transcript outline of this one. And you'll see this pin icon. So all we have to do is we need to select another piece of content and we need to hit the pin icon on the right side. So let's make it so we're going to use the Reddit post. Going to click that pin and you'll notice this now says main transcript. This means that instead of this piece of content being sent to the AI, we are going to send this piece of content, the Reddit post. What we need to do is we now need to click the AI actions in the top. We can choose whatever one we want to use. Let's just do the love letter for some humorous effect and test our hypothesis. So we're going to hit run AI action. And what I'm expecting is it's going to take that Reddit post, it's going to run an AI action on top of it, and it's going to give me back a love letter. And that's exactly what we have got here. So if you find yourself needing to sort of daisy chain your content, you can do that by pinning and changing what the AI is going to use as a transcript every time you run an AI action. I hope this has been helpful and it helped you to transform your content even further with the help of WizWrite in future. The next thing I want to talk about is webhooks, because webhooks are super interesting. Webhooks let you send your content anywhere and trigger further workflows, whether you're using Zapier, Make, Pabbly, NAN, or any other automation tool that can receive a webhook. You can send content directly using WizWrite. So how do we do this? Well, let's have a look at our WizWrite dashboard. We click on the burger menu and we come down to webhooks. Here we can add a new webhook. So we can give it a name. Let's just say test 1, and we need a webhook URL. What I'm going to do is I conveniently got an NaN tab set up, and I have got a webhook URL here. So I'm going to take this URL and I'm going to paste this in here. And I'm not going to add any extra fields on this. So this is just purely sending the content across. And we're going to hit save on this. And you'll see that we have saved webhooks test 1 here. So if I want to use this webhook, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into one of my sessions, find a piece of content, and I'm just going to run this test workflow so it's listening for content. And I can say, okay, I want this love letter. We're going to choose test 1, and we are going to trigger the webhook. So once we trigger this, we can come in to our NaN account. We can look at the JSON, and we can see in here, we are getting the content from this love letter. We are getting the AI action. So we know it is the love letter. We're getting the session ID, and we're also getting the individual ID. So now let's transform this webhook to show how we could send more data across with it. So we're going to come back to WizWrite, going to go to webhooks. I'm going to edit this one. I'm going to add an extra field, and we're going to call this name. We're going to add a second field, and we're going to call this location. And we're going to add a third field, and we're going to call this subject. Actually, let's just call this email. So we're going to have name, email, and subject. Let's just do email address, just to make that clearer for me. What we're going to do, we're going to update the webhook, and we are going to get ready to run it again. So if we want to trigger the content to be sent to that webhook, first of all, we need the webhook to be active. So I'm just going to turn that on. Remember, most AI tools will want you to set up a listener for a webhook when you test it to set it up, to see the parameters that come in that then let you further do what you need to do. So that's what I'm doing in NaN with this. I can then click to run this webhook, and you see that I have the different fields now. So my name field is going to be Stuart. My email field is going to be Stuart@io. And my subject field is going to be, here is that Reddit post you wanted. And I can hit trigger webhook. You'll see that my webhook has triggered and there is one item in it. So if I drag this across again to show you everything that's out of it, we have the content where we have the post. We have the create X thread, and I should have said X thread, but I put Reddit post, so my bad on that. And you'll see that we have these extra fields. So the first input is the name, the second input is the email, and the third input is the subject. So if I wanted to, what I could do now is I could set up a Gmail connector or a Postmark connector or whatever connector, and automatically then use those fields plus the original content to send an email to whoever needs to receive it. So the advantages of using webhooks within WizWrite is, one, you can send your content anywhere fast, and it can be used to start and kick off other flows. The second thing is, with those additional fields, you can provide the information you need to make those automations and those integrations more successful. I think a lot of tools sort of misunderstand how important these extra fields are, because generally there are bits of information that you want to send along with the original content, which are just helpful, you know. By providing those extra fields, I could send an email address, a name, and a subject, so I could write a full email super easy without doing anything else. So that is really the power of using webhooks, and how webhooks can be ultra successful within WizWrite to kick off those processes and make you a lot more efficient, not only when you are creating the content, but by sending the content where you need it to be sent. WizWrite really comes alive when you add your team to it. To add a team member within WizWrite, you need to select the burger menu in the top right. You can then see the Manage Team setting and click this, and you'll be able to invite any users to your team. You'll be able to see the team members that already have an account, and you'll see that I have created a team demo account as a team member for here. Because I am the owner of the main account, I can delete the person if I want, and the invite will go back to the account, which I can then reuse if I need to. The invite users will show you how many invites you have remaining, so you are always up to date with how many people can be on your team at a time according to your plan. So what are the advantages of having team members within WizWrite? Well, team members within WizWrite have the same sort of limits as a premium member does, but they are premium sub accounts. So the person who controls the main account can delete them at any time because obviously you are in charge. The second advantage that team members have on WizWrite is that you can share specific AI actions to specific team members. So you can have a very granular control over who gets what. So say, for example, my team member is on the sales team. I can come in, I can click this icon here, and I can then choose to toggle this on, and it will share this AI action with them. They will then be able to see this AI action within their account, and they will be able to use it. Alternatively, if I don't want to share it with them and I've changed my mind, I can click it again and it will stop sharing it with them. So you can share to each individual member of your team. So say you have a sales team, you can share all the sales specific AI actions with them, and a marketing team, you can share the specific marketing AI actions with them. There is really a ton of control to share what you want to share with who you want to share it with, and not share what you don't want to share it with. And you'll notice once I have done the sharing, you'll see that I have the icon for the amount of people that I've shared it with. Because there's one person, it shows one icon. If there's two, it will show two. If three, it will show three, etc., etc. So you have the full control over who has access to the AI actions that you create. And it's really simple to be the person who creates these AI actions and then tells them and shares them with members of your team so that you can have a specific standard, right? If you're doing outbound sales and you're saying to your team, use this tool, it's awesome, then they might set up their own AI actions, and they might not be of a high level of quality, and one member of the team might have a poor result compared to someone else. Whereas if you set a AI action centrally, which you know is awesome, that you know that's going to give you great outbound sales, then you can create that yourself, share it with all the salespeople, tell them to use that, and then you know that there's going to be a consistent level of quality across your organization. So this is really the power of teams in WizWrite and how creating teams and sharing AI actions across them can be really useful. I hope that you can make use of the team functionality because it's one of my favorites when I use the product myself. We really made WizWrite as a tool for productivity and integration and sending the content where it needs to go. And one of the ways that we have also enabled this in the product, except sort of manual triggering of webhooks, is the automatic triggering. And we call this instant triggers. There are two types of instant triggers within WizWrite. There is instant triggers on a transcription and instant triggers on an AI action. This first part of the video is going to be about transcriptions, and then we will have a look at AI actions in the second video. So for transcriptions, you'll notice that we have this bolt icon here. This bolt icon has a slash through it, which means that it's not active. it hasn't been set up, or somebody has toggled it to off. So if I click on this bolt icon, you'll see that there is a webhook URL because I previously set it up, and there is a toggle where I can choose to turn it on if I click here, or I can turn it off if I click again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my NAN just so I can get the webhook URL. I'm going to click edit to open this up. I'm going to paste this in. I can hit update webhook, and as I've updated it, it has automatically turned it on. So the next thing that I need to do is I need to listen for data within my webhook to see what information I'm going to get through, and then I need to run a recording. This is a recording to test that the webhook functionality is working, and it will automatically send the transcription to this webhook. How cool is that? So we've done the recording, it's going to transcribe, and we have our transcription, and you'll see that the webhook has triggered. If I open this up now, and I just drag this across, you will see the body, we have the text, so the text of the transcription, we have the session ID, we have a created at, a Unix timestamp, and we have the ID of the individual item that has been created. So that is all the information we need. And what I could do is I could hook this up with Google Sheets or similar, so that every time that I do a transcription within my account, it's going to update my Google Sheet, update my Notion, update my Slack, update my Discord, send an email. The possibilities are endless. You can connect it to thousands of tools if you're using Zapier, if you're using Make, if you're using Pabbly, if you're using any other automation tool. There are lots and lots of options that you can do. And if you want to toggle this off at any point, all you need to do is click the toggle at the top, and you'll notice the icon goes back to having a slash through, which means that it is no longer active. So that is how you can set up the instant trigger for transcriptions. Got another video coming where we are going to set it up for AI actions. And this is really quite fun because you can set it up at an individual level for each individual AI action. So you can have webhooks firing off all over the place, which is what I love. Automation carnage coming up. I've shown you instant triggers for transcriptions, and now I'm going to show you instant triggers for AI actions. What I love about instant triggers for AI actions is we've made it so you can set up a specific webhook to automatically trigger for each AI action that you want to trigger on. So you could have 10, 15, 20 different webhooks for 20 different AI actions, and whenever any of them create content, your webhook will receive that content. And it's super cool, so let's get into it. Where we can set this up in WizWrite is we can either click the auto AI actions, and we are looking for these lightning bolts. Alternatively, on the session page, we can go into a specific session, and we have the AI action pop up, which is exactly the same. You'll notice that there is a AI action with a yellow lightning bolt. That means that one has already been set up for that, and that is active. So if I want to set up another one, then what I can do is I click on the lightning bolt, and I can click edit, and I could say demo test. We just give it a name, and we can give it a webhook URL. Again, I'm going to use the same test one that I've had all of this time from my NAN instance. I'm going to paste that in, and I'm going to hit add trigger. So it says success, your trigger has been updated. And if I click on the lightning bolt now, you'll see that I have a toggle. Because I've added it, it's on by default. If I want to turn it off, I can simply toggle this off. But I do want it to be on, so I will keep it on. And we are going to run this. So I'm sure you know the drill by now. We're going to set our webhook up so it is waiting for an event. We are going to click on the AI action, and we are going to run this funny one, which has the lightning bolt as on. Once we hit run, we are going to get content out. We have this content out, and we can then see that our webhook has received data. So if I click this and we come in here and I just drag this across, we can see what data has been received. So we have the text of the AI action output. We have the title of the AI action output. We have the ID of the session. We have the Unix timestamp. We have the AI action ID, which is useful for further automations. And we have the ID of the specific piece of content. And we also send through the transcript which was used. So you're not only getting the AI action output, you're getting the original transcript. So there's a ton of information here for you to run further AI actions or further integrations and further connections on in the future. And it's really, really powerful. So, and you can set these up for each individual AI action in your account, either the custom AI actions or even the default AI actions, and it's going to trigger every single time, and it's going to give you lots of options and possibilities to increase your productivity and generally send the content where you need to. So I hope this has been helpful, how you can utilize instant triggers for your AI actions, and we also have instant triggers for transcriptions. And with that, you can send content directly where you need it. Super simple, super fast, super easy, and a ton of additional information for you to use with your automation needs. If you're a big automation nerd like me, you're going to love this. Thank you. So there we have it, a comprehensive overview of WizWrite. There are a few things that we haven't touched on, like our Chrome extension, which brings WizWrite to any page that you are on the internet. It simply slides out on the side. You can do the voice recording that you want to do, and you can use the content then on that page. We also have our native Zapier integration that we'll be going over in another video soon. We have triggers on that, and we have the ability to run AI actions specifically directly in Zapier. So that's pretty cool. I think you'll agree that WizWrite is a tool that can have a tremendous boost for your productivity. It's a tool that can be extremely helpful for your team, and it can be extremely helpful just to transform your content, whether it be speaking, uploading an audio file, uploading an image file and having analyzed, or just writing text and having it transformed into brilliant copy by the AI. There are tons of different languages that you can use within the product, and it's really, really simple. So if you're considering a productivity tool to help you and to really become a part of your workflows, whether it be then triggering other stuff with all of the webhooks and all of these crazy bits of content flying all over the place through instant triggers or the manual webhooks where you can input additional fields of data, which is really quite cool, then I think you'll get along with WizWrite incredibly well. It's a tool that we originally created for our own internal use, and after becoming addicted to it ourselves, we figured, hey, there's got to be other people who will love this as well, and we haven't been disappointed so far. We love user feedback, and we love suggestions on how we can improve it further. So if you haven't already, consider signing up today at WizWrite.io. And if you are a customer, we thank you very much for putting your faith in us. We'll continue to improve and drive WizWrite to even better levels of productivity in the future. That's all I've got for now. Thank you.